Hello, this is Jaime Campbell, and I want to talk to everybody about schizophrenia, mental illness, and medication. Um, it's really hard to, those that dealing having medication and they take in Zyprexa or Haldor or Seroquel or Risperidone. Do research. Go to Google and put in Google your medication and find out the symptoms, because you may feel overweight. You may be gaining a lot of weight. You feel tired. You feel sluggish. You don't feel like you want to do anything. You don't have no inspiration. You don't have no goals. You don't feel smart. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't have an associate degree or a GED. You just don't feel smart. You're not comprehending what people are saying to you. You can't recollect. You automatically forget information that's being told to you. Someone could be like, oh, this is how you do it. And then 1 minute you forget. You forgot what you remembered, what they told you. You have a hard time explaining to your family and friends your condition. You're schizophrenic and you don't know how to explain that you're bipolar. You're feeling depressed. You're feeling sad. So I felt all of that. I felt, I couldn't relate. My doctors couldn't relate to me. I feel like my psychiatrist couldn't relate. My family couldn't relate. My friends couldn't relate. I just be feeling like I don't feel smart. I don't feel smart. And people will be like, oh, well, that's normal. You haven't been in school in a long while. But no, I think it's my medication. And I suggest, listen, take your meds, because it's really better than not taking your meds and feeling sick, being delusional, thinking you see angels and demons and you feel like people is out there to kill you or get you, or you feel like you're the chosen one from God and you have to play the role of Jesus, and sometimes you feel that you are God. All of these symptoms are not healthy to have. It's better to take the medication so you could think straight and realize where you at. There's so many types of schizophrenia. There are people that are just afraid to go out and be around with others. They are, they can't be social. They're antisocial. They feel comfortable staying in home. I'm like that too. I feel comfortable being in home. And, when people invite me to parties or, to hang out with friends and family stuff, I don't feel to go. I just don't want to go. You know what I mean? I don't feel comfortable. I don't know what I'm going to say. All my families, they're adults. I'm in my 30s. They're in their 50s and they want me to visit them. And I feel I have to be pretentious. I have to pretend to laugh, pretend to fit in. And I don't feel like I fit in. And, I tried listening to my best friend. He said, go to a party, go to a club. So that scared the crap out of me. Going to a club, meeting new people, hooking up with girls and all that. That was just too intense for me. I was just too nervous. I was just nervous. And I tried that. Somehow I got the courage to go. Somehow. Don't even ask me how. That took a lot of mental power. And I went to the club with my friend on his birthday. And, usually when people people that are schizophrenic, this is for you guys. Like, you go there and then you do have a good time, but not sincerely in your heart. You're just doing it because it's like everyone expect you to be that and you're trying to please everyone. And I notice with me, I try to please people, like dear niece, dear ones, like, they be like, come over by my house and let's, the family, like, let's, come over and everything. And we have a big family thing. And you would say yes, because they don't understand where you're going, where you're coming from, that you just don't want to be around people. And you feel shy, you feel nervous, and you feel anxiety and pressure. And if you all are feeling what I'm feeling with schizophrenia and taking risperidone on any other pills you taking and you feel these symptoms, that's normal. You are entitled to feel what you feel. You're entitled to not feel like you're weird, like no one gets you. Your mom, your dad, your family, your best friends, associates, people from work. If you go to work or you go to school, if you don't, I understand. I'm not doing neither work nor school. It's really hard to face the world, and people will, my mom and my best friend, they were just, I gone through it. You know what I'm saying? I get nervous. You think I want to get up and go to work every day? And I'm like, I hear you, but, you still can't go to work. Even though you don't feel, people don't feel like going to work. Is work is hectic, work is stressful. You have a boss that mistreats you, you have coworkers that mistreat you, you don't feel motivated, you don't feel like you have any goals or any dreams or anything. You're just going there every day doing the same thing, so you don't feel positive about going to work or whatever the case, but you still go. The thing is that people tell me, that's a normal thing. I feel that way, but you got to work. I feel that way, but you got to go to school. But it's different from people like us that are schizophrenic. It's not that it's a matter of you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. This is the real world, face facts. People have that go-getter mentality. What is like, oh, you want that girl, you want to date this girl, then go and ask her out. Why are you so shy? Why are you so, you want to go and get a job and you don't know how to get the training, then go to school. And they just have that go-getter mentality, and they just don't understand how you feel. That, you feel it's intense. You're around a lot of people. You're nervous. You feel anxiety, you feel lightheaded, you feel like you're about to pass out, because the real world is a cruel world. You know what I'm saying? You want, people are not like supportive. There's always going to be someone you're going to meet that makes you feel stupid. You don't feel smart. You could be calling for an appointment and be like, oh, I want to, I called this lady at the dentist's office, and I was telling her, how do I get to the dentist's office where she's at so I can get my teeth checked out? And she was giving me the address too fast, right? And I was like, excuse me, miss, can you slow down? Can you spell the street? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not, like with the side effects, maybe the medication, whatever, I couldn't concentrate on what people are telling me. So I tell them to slow down and explain it to me, break it down easy. So I tell her, please spell it slowly. She still spelled it fast. And I was like, miss, can you spell it slowly again? And then she had an attitude, and she was like, listen, to get to this place, just take the train and blah, blah, blah. And she hang up on me. I was like, what? All I'm saying is to slow down, because I don't know how to spell the street. Can you slow down and just spell it? Don't say to spell, President Street is President and all of that stuff. And she did it too fast, and she got stressed out because I asked her 3 times, how do you spell it slowly so I can get the address? And she just hang up on me. And, sometimes you call people on the phone to fix your cable, or you need service or something, and you're afraid. I get nervous to talk to people on the phone, when I call the bank, or I call the cable company, and I don't sound like a professional. Those are schizophrenia. It's like, man, but you're making progress. You're chatting with people on the phone to deal with your bank and your cable. You sound responsible. You sound like you're out there and you're taking charge. But no, it's not really that, It took a lot of work for me to get my own debit credit card. It took a lot of work to my mom is the one who got the cable and everything like that. I just took the number and call, and if I had a problem with my TV, I just said, excuse me, my TV has a problem. And it's not that, I'm telling you, oh, I done everything. No, I'm still scared. I'm still terrified. But the point is that when you call people and you ask for help to fix your cable, or you want to check how much money you have in your savings and checking account and all that stuff, it's like they have an attitude and they don't answer you in a kind manner. They just make you feel stupid. And then if you don't understand a question, you know what I'm saying, it's your fault. Then they hang up and stuff. And I talked to my friend. I said, why people do that? And he was like, well, it's not the person that has an attitude. It's really the customers. They have an attitude too. They just yell at us, and then we get, because my friend works at a cable company, Optimum, and he deals with customers that, they're disrespectful. So it's both sides. The people that you call in, they stressed out and you're stressed out, and then there's no communication. So it's not easy. But the point is that when I talk to people and they give me an attitude, like on the phone thing I'm telling you guys about, it makes me feel stupid because I didn't understand what they were saying. If the lady would say, go to your modem, and I'm like, what's a modem? And they're like, oh, look in the back, and if you see do you see a connection? I'm like, I don't know. There's so many things in the back of the connection. Where do I need to go? You ask simple questions. Not that you're stupid. Just because someone knows something doesn't mean they have to belittle you. They be like, oh man, you don't know what's a modem? Man, you're an idiot. You don't know what's a router? You're an idiot. And it's like, no. You know what I'm saying? I'm a human being. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Just explain it to me patiently and calmly. And that's what's hard about people with schizophrenia, because people that do know stuff, they're not sympathetic. They just tell you like, you're supposed to know and you're supposed to get this. And there was a situation where I did somehow, thank God, push myself to go back to school. It wasn't easy. And I pushed myself back to go to school, and I was taking computer class. I really wanted to do cooking, but it didn't work out because they said they call, and I never got the number, the message that they got the cooking class set up. So I had to take another class, and I was nervous. I was like, I don't want to take no other class. I want the cooking. I'll wait till next year and start over. And then, I felt in my heart, something tells me, give the computer class a chance. You'll get something out of it. So I took the computer class. It was hectic. I did not know 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. I did survive to understand some of the work. And another thing, I don't like studying, memorizing stuff, because that's just, especially when I'm not passionate about it. I don't like memorizing. Like I had to memorize, it was, for people it's like, oh, it's just 10 vocabulary words. You can't memorize that. You see, again, people don't understand. They just, because they could do it, they expect you to do it. They expect you to understand. And they're not bad people, but their perspective is different from people like you and I who have schizophrenia and taking medication which makes you have impaired your mind is impaired. I looked it up. You're impaired in your thoughts are impaired, meaning you can't concentrate, you can't focus. You're distracted, or you're not understanding what people saying, what others out of their mouths, simple things, and you just can't get it. And it overwhelms you, and you feel dizzy and lightheaded because all this information is processing in your mind. The person telling you about, this is what you got to do, this is what you do, and you be like, okay, I just forgot point A. Can you explain that again? Oh, this is what you got to do. Can you explain that again? And then you just feel dumb, and you just want to give up and stay home, relax, watch TV, and be in your bed. And you feel comfortable there because no one is invading you. No one is making you feel stupid in your own room. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you're out in this world, there's pressure. You see happy couples. You see people that are talking and laughing and they're having a good time, and it makes you depressed because you want a future too. You also want to be with someone. You also want to get married or have kids and have a business and have a job and do these things. You want the same goals like everyone, and it seems like everyone is doing what they're doing. Everyone is working, everyone is in school, and then you just feel more depressed and you feel more dumb, and you just feel scared to even try it because you don't understand the curriculum. You don't understand how to like if you start getting a job, you won't understand, and someone explain it to you, and this is your first day at work, and they're not nice. They explain it to you once and they expect you to get it. You don't get the stuff. Then you look dumb and you look like an idiot. Then you have to go to the process of that kind of humiliation, and you don't want to face that because it's like you're being rejected. And when you're rejected and when you're embarrassed, you don't want to face that because it hurts you emotionally. And when you're schizophrenic, it's like it hurts you even 10 times more. You start worrying about it. You start thinking about it. You start stressing it. It becomes problematic. And I want people to know they don't have to feel stupid. They don't have to feel ashamed. You're schizophrenic. It doesn't mean it consumes you. It runs you over. Don't do that to yourself. You're special. You're bright. You're smart. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You have a lot going for you. You just have to believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to do what makes you happy. And please this is what I stress the most. Please take baby steps. Okay? Like, don't push yourself so hard Try little things like read a book, even if it's a comic book. Read something that you love. You love to read about you like poetry, you like reading about science or history or math, or you like, even if you're an adult and you have schizophrenia and you like reading children's book, it doesn't matter. That doesn't make you an idiot. Just read something simple. Or if you like music and you like jazz or gospel or R&B or even hip hop, whatever the case be, or country music, even whatever, you're like, you know what I'm saying? Well, those for the country folks. But, let that soothe you. Don't feel like you're alone. Okay, your mom don't understand you. Your dad don't understand you. Your siblings don't understand you. Your doctor, your psychiatrist, and your psychologist don't understand you. You try to open up to people at the group sessions, but they don't even get you. And you feel you're all alone. And all that does is make you more depressed. It makes you think a lot, and it makes you think of your life. I'm the type of person that think about my future a lot. Like, I have friends, and I don't have a lot of friends. I'm making it sound like I'm popular and I'm making progress, but at the same time, there's a lot of suffering. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, look in the outside like everything is good. Even making this video is hard because I'm trying to find the right words to communicate with you guys so you can relate to me. And as I'm speaking, I'm like, am I really reaching out to people on YouTube? Am I really saying what they need to hear so they could feel better and not feel bad about themselves? But it's not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? If you have internet, if you have a phone that has internet, or you have a computer, or you have a laptop, or you got a video game system that lets you get internet, and you have YouTube schizophrenia, YouTube your medications. The internet is really fascinating. If you have it, if you don't, then you have people. You have the library. You could go to a local library, if you want to know how to get a library card, if you have any form of ID, like a non-driver's license or a license like ID, a driver's license. If you don't know how to get a non-driver's license, just ask one of your family that you want to go to DMV, and ask them if they can help you to go to a DMV or something, so you could go there and get a non-driver's license. That will be easier, because to get a driver's license, that will mean you will get a car. That's the purpose of driver's license. But non-drivers, you could use that in order to when you get the non-driver's license, you can use that to public library, show them that, and then they'll sign you up and they'll give you a new library card. And then you could do research on schizophrenia and get the information. And anything you don't understand, like DMV or whatever, how to get there, how to get the card, what information you need, just ask someone who that can help you, or Google it, like DMV, where is that around my area? And then Google will pop up and you'll find information. It's the thing about it is that it's really hard, but somehow you got to find a way to get information. Use your resources. If you have internet, take advantage of it. You Google stuff, Google or Yahoo or whatever you do, but go to a search engine like Bing or Yahoo or Google, and on your cell phone or your computer, and put down schizophrenia or put down symptoms of schizophrenia. Any question you have, just Google. I love Google. I got a Samsung 4, which is a blessing. My mom bought it for me and on Christmas, and I'm taking advantage of it. I'm not a computer tech, but I understand the basics, like how to download and how to search and how to even get on social media. I mean, all these things are simple for other people. They're like, oh man, that's Jaime, you're not saying nothing sophisticated, but this is for people that are like me, that don't get it. And you have to start slow. Take it easy on yourself, man. Schizophrenia is not the end of the world. I can easily talk like I know what I'm saying. I know what to do and everything, but I'm still dealing with hard stuff, still unemployed, and being in my mid 30s and living with my mom is hard and it's depressing. And it's like, my friend would tell me like, yo man, you know what I'm saying? You need to get out. You need to get out. You need to stop being depressed. And you need to, you know what I'm saying? Go to school, do this, do that. And for other people, yeah, why won't you do that? You're just home doing nothing. But it's like when you're, for you guys that are schizophrenic and taking medication, is it hard to express how you feel? Is it hard to tell people in your mind, you know what you're going to say, but you don't know how to say it when it comes out your mouth? And then when you have the opportunity to tell people what you feel, the words don't come out. The thoughts start to ramble in your head and you don't know how to put it to words. And then you just feel to say, forget it. They just don't understand. I can't explain it. And then when I do explain it, they answer me in a way that I feel they just don't get it. I'm there. I'm there where people just don't get it. And, if the whole world is against you and it's over, then you start thinking maybe it is you. Something is wrong with you. Maybe everyone is right and you're wrong. And you should know. You are not wrong. It doesn't matter if you're the only it doesn't matter if there's 7 billion people on this world that think something is wrong with you or you need to do this and you need to do that and you sincerely feel like they just don't get me. Don't lose yourself through people. Don't let that happen. Whether it's your families or your doctors or your friends, if they don't get you, trust me. Just don't give up on yourself. There's many ways you could cope with schizophrenia. First of all, write something. Create a journal. I didn't do that. I was like, yeah, I hear you and, whatever. Like, is that really going to work? Is that really going to work for me? But make a journal. You know what I'm saying? Like, write about your feelings, man. And sorry for the noise outside. Is the bus and everything. I hate that. I hope you guys can still hear me. But make a journal and write your feelings. You'll be surprised when you write your feelings. I write my feelings on paper. I have a little book. I bought a Mead. It's called a Mead composition book. It's that little black. It's like that black and white book that school children use. So get that and write your feelings. I'd be like, Jaime, or it's really Jaime in Spanish is Jaime, but I say Jaime because people would say Jaime, and I'm like, there's no min in Jaime. It's just Jaime in Spanish, but they say Jaime, so I say just call me Jaime. Hi and me, like hello to yourself. Hi, how you doing, me? Hi, me. But anyway, it's like I put down on my thing and I said, Jaime, you're smart, you're handsome. It doesn't matter if people say, hey, you're ugly, but you tell yourself, you believe in yourself, you're smart, you're handsome, you're a kind person, you're positive. You're not perfect. You got issues too that you don't want to talk about on YouTube, but you got issues in your life. You feel me? But you're trying. You know what I'm saying? You help your mom with the money. You get your Social Security and you give her some money to help her out. And you cook and you clean and you take out the garbage and you respect your mom. You guys argue, but you always give her her privacy. And you're sensitive and you're kind. And I will put down, you should appreciate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Go to the park, write these feelings down, write the good things about yourself so the bad ones could escape your head. If you have a friend, that's even better. Like, just talk to your friend, and if he or she is close to you, do your best to give out, express yourself to them. They won't judge you. If they're your real friend, they won't judge you. They'll just hear you and let them understand how you feel. You know what I mean? And tell them thanks. Make people feel good, because when you tell people your problem, they're really caring to listen and help you, and they're only going to help you the way they know how to help you. Like my best friend, he's a sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? I love him. We consider each other brothers because we known each other for over 20 years now. And we known each other. I'm 34, he's 34. We known each other since we were 12 in junior high school. And he's a go-getter, like I was saying earlier. He's like, yo, you want this girl? Ask her out, son. You want this job? You know what I'm saying? Just go for the job. Or you want to go to school? Then go to school, man. Like this, like life is easy, man. You know what I'm saying? You see a situation, just go for it. Why are you hesitating? Why are you home all the time? And I was like, you just don't get it. You just don't get it. You're always giving me logical answer. He's black and white. I'm gray in the middle. I'm more of a thinking, laid back, figuring, taking my time kind of mentality. And he's like, yo, I want this. I get it. I go for it. And I'm like, he doesn't understand. And then some people that's watching this video like, what does people don't understand about you, Hein? You know, like, what is it that they don't understand? What is it that you know, that you're going through, that they just don't get it? And it's really hard to explain the word, but do something that you like. You know, write a journal about yourself. Listen to good music. Whatever music you like, any form of music. Don't worry about it. If you heavy metal or rap or whatever. For me, it's jazz and R&B and symphony. And I'll listen to old school hip hop. You know, like Wu-Tang or maybe Nas a little, or Lost Boys, you know. This is for people that listen to music in the 90s. They had all these R&B and rap. SWV, Allure, Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, Aaron Hall. You know, these artists, they're R&B and they're really good and soothing. Then I listen to modern jazz. I used to listen to this station called Smooth 101.9. You know, you listen to music, and music really helps you. It's good to turn the lights off. If you have your cell phone, listen to some music. You could YouTube on your cell phone. If you have a cell phone, you could YouTube your music on your cell phone and just plug the earphones and relax on your bed. Or if you have a radio, you could play any of your music on the station and listen to it. Even if you have a television, I have Optimum. And there's a station like in the 600s, in the 100 stations. There's music you could listen to, and you just turn off the light and you let the TV play the music and you relax. I'm trying to get the point is that do something that makes you happy, relax. I saw online where you can get shower head lights, which means like it's a shower head that you install in the shower, on the shower head section in your bathroom. And when you take a shower, and you turn off the lights, which is awesome, the shower, the water starts to colorize through the shower head. That's why they call it shower head lights. And you can go to Amazon.com to purchase it. And you see colorful, while you turn off the light and you're showering, the water comes out and there's displays of blue, red, orange, green, maybe yellow, all these beautiful crystal display colors that hits you and the whole bathtub, the whole bathroom, and it's so beautiful, it's soothing, it's relaxing. You're taking it at night or in the morning instead of turning on the light and it's bright and the light just makes you feel like, this is too intense, and you have to go to work and you have to go to school, and that's what people that go to school and are working is intense. But you use, maybe you want a bubble bath, or maybe you want to light a candle and take a nice shower. But those that have schizophrenia, do relax, take it easy. Okay, and for people that are like me, you're not working and you're not in school, it's a little bit hard to focus, to take your life seriously. Everyone is like, this is the real world, just accept it. and you got to do what you got to do in order to survive, and they don't understand the emotional aspect of what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? So, if the weather is nice for you, right now it's spring. You know what I'm saying? So if it's winter and you watching this video, okay, then it's hard for me to really tell you what to do in the winter except read a book, listen to some music, hang out with your best friend, talk to someone in your relative you can relate to. But if it's spring for you guys, because it's spring now for me, go to the park. And listen, it's okay if you go by yourself. I mean, if you could go with somebody, even better. Someone that can go with you, better. It's always good to be around people. That's the thing about schizophrenia. We always stay indoors. We don't go out. We don't socialize. It's not easy. There are people that just don't feel comfortable around being around a lot of people. It's overwhelming. It really is. But the main thing you can do, if you're not one of those overwhelming people, or if you're one of those people that are willing to try to interact around people, don't feel sad because you're the only one out there in the park and you see people with dogs and families and children and they haven't, don't be mad at them. Don't get mad when someone is, they have a car and they have a family and they have a boyfriend and a girlfriend. It does makes you feel depressed. It makes you a little bit jealous of them, and like, how does these people do it? How they have families? How they drive? How they have cars and how they doing so much? But remember, in real life, they had to work real hard to get that car. They had to work real hard to develop, to make a family and even work. Because remember, those people, the people outside, they're not out there to hurt you. They're not mean. I mean, they have to live their life. You have to see it that way. But I understand, it's overwhelming. I remember my friend was like, she was depressed, and I looked at her and I said, you think people in the streets, couples, they're happy? You think, yeah, they're holding hands and you seeing they're holding hands and they're smiling, but they too have fights. They too have arguments. They go through something. Not everybody in this world, I'm noticing, is going through something. Someone has cancer. Someone has mental illness. Someone is schizophrenic. Someone is living without an arm or a leg. Someone is out of work, unemployed. Everyone has issues. And then, yeah, you see people with families, but in closed door in their own house, they could be having arguments and fights. But, when you're out there, you kind of have to portray like you're okay. No one is going to portray pain and misery and depression. And people that do, like, they're out there and they're homeless, or, there are people that just can't take it and they're homeless. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that look like they're strong, trust me, you may not believe it, schizophrenic people like you and I, but they're going through something. You just don't see it, because even think about it. You go outside and you just taking a nice walk. Somebody's looking at you like, wow, this person looks calm and relaxed, and they may be jealous of you and they be like, why everybody so happy? Look at this person. But it's like, look at me. I'm schizophrenic. I'm suffering. I look like I'm smiling, but inside I'm like nervous and anxious just being around people outside. Just walking to new areas I never been to overwhelms me and give me panic attacks. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy. But if you're dealing with it with schizophrenia, don't think the world is out there to get you. Don't think you're alone. Just do you. Relax. If you believe in God, that helps. If you're atheist, no problem. That's okay. But if you believe in God, it helps, because at least when the whole world is against you, you have that big guy in the sky who you can communicate mentally and in your heart and be like, God,